Greetings everyone, Agion here with another Red Alert 3 replay. Spawn on the top right side, or just right side, as the red allies, we have Yuno. Spawn on the left side as the green allies, we have Never Cheese. We got the early barracks, not big surprise. We got the dogs, not big surprise. We may see some dog eat a dog world. And we do have now the first engineers out. Going straight for the oil derrick. Looks like both sides will probably get the oil derrick, no fuss. Refineries, power plants. Oh, everything seems a bit more standard. You do see a slight variation of where they build the walls. But other than that, everything just seems normal. The walls are not super important in ally versus ally mirrors. Mostly it's Vindicators that gives the biggest threat. But we got the now initial skirmish here with the Peacekeepers. Though I suppose Riptides along this flanks still pose a threat. Yeah, but I was saying complete bullshit there. We do see a bunch of Peacekeepers. And we do have an airfield. Do we have an airfield? Airfield's up for both sides. It looks like it's exactly a mirror matchup with red being slightly quicker. Oh, that's not panning. And now script the can right click. It's in this game right click to hold down panning. Every other game it's like hold down middle mouse button. Or at least in company years too. We do got an Apollo out first. I think he's trying to get air superiority before he goes for ground support, which is actually a relatively good idea. I mean, getting air superiority before ground support is so it denies your opponent's ground support. Multi-gunner turret on the build queue. We do have. It's hard to tell. It looks like an even amount of what's it called? Not in the repair zone. It's a pretty close fight. And yeah, looks like both sides just going to just back off. Or no, we gotta pursue here. He does land there. And he can re-engage while in the... I'm getting my colors mixed up. Blah. Bombs do come on in. Wounds two of the Peacekeepers. And the Vindicator does escape on out. There are two Apollos here. We do have repairs here, but some good focus firing may overcome the repairs. No, it does not. Far from it. And the green Vindicator is quite wounded as well. There is a multi-gunner turret here, so he has a decent defensive line. Oh, is this guy stuck? Is that what's... I don't know. Looks like green does have more Peacekeepers here, but this multi-gunner turret... Throw a Peacekeeper in there, and that's a good hard point. Vindicators versus Vindicators. We do got some good focus firing here. Red does back away. Green is pursuing. And we do have the return to base space being active. Does throw some shots there. We do got the Vindicators do make a successful bombing run on the multi-gunner turret. There are two Vindicators here. We didn't see them flying about. We do see one taking off now. Probably will snipe off one of these Peacekeepers. Good bomb splits. The other Vindicator will withdraw in time. Apollos are now fighting. Neither side getting a successful kill. And the wounded one's actually going to go out. He will go ahead and escape. Apollos both escape. More bombing runs. Looks to just killed off another Peacekeeper. All the craft are alive, and all the aircraft are alive. Overall, green has more successful bombing runs, I believe. But right now, that it's just hitting Peacekeepers, minor losses. And immediately dead, sells it off, will only get 40 credits back, wasn't able to sell it off in time. We may see a kill there. We do have the first kill. Down south, we do have an Apollo. If that kill the Apollo, he may be confident for some aggression. Red does have a superior number of conscripts by far. We do have construction yard. Queue up a multi-gunner turret. barracks up here. More bombing runs coming on in. Transition. Oh, this is what Red's been doing. We do have a destroyer. Destroyers can crush down walls, does sell off the walls in time, is from pursuing. Peacekeepers are not ideal, but Vindicators do not finish off that ore collector, but the Destroyer does. That's the fact that the black hole armor is going to run away. Now it does crush one of the Peacekeepers here. There is a huge window here that he didn't capitalize on. And the Destroyer does go down. Killing off that ore collector probably will pay off in the end with lost mining time. So in the end, that's probably even trade. Another multi-gunner turret down, does not get the kill there. And we have another destroyer, but this time it's greens. Vindicators are being loaded up with bombs. Once they get loaded up with bombs, he needs to do a bombing run. Does sell off the wall there. Here comes a bombing run. Does get some good damage. Peacekeepers are not being pulled back. He's just going to kite around the ore collectors. This one needs to get back on the line. This one is already pulled off because he knows exactly where it is. He's all doing denying mine time, which probably does pay off itself in the end. Does get killed there. Does get frozen there. There is a riptide and open walls and frozen walls. But may unfreeze in time. Nope, he does get the kill there. Over here we do have another destroyer coming in, Dolphins. Does take that shot quite easily. There is a handful of javelins here, but I have to make sure they don't go too close, or not too close, but bad angle. Boot camp is here. We got a Guardian tank here, probably for the lasers. But the Guardian tank does go ahead and get killed. Another Guardian tank is out. Red does have a superior number of Peacekeepers here. He does deploy out a multi-gun turret, but gets quickly focused down. But buys time for his own Peacekeepers to do some sniff round damage. It looks like it's going to come down very close, but I think Red will win out. We do have some good knockbacks there. Red still has a good number of Peacekeepers still alive. Air superiority has been claimed. Only a handful of Peacekeepers remain, not a whole lot. Multi-gunner turret could clean them up. Guardian tanks are now going on in. He looks like he may have killed a lot of guys on the airfield. But we do got an aircraft carrier. Cryo shot does come on in, and then Vindicator bombs. Does bomb one of the javelins. We do have still a handful of Guardian tanks here, which could crush these javelins. There's not a whole lot of javelins here. Does use one of the lasers. Does crush all of them. Green is not in a very good position, but he still has an aircraft carrier. 2 aircraft carriers, which could shut down the airfield, but one of the ore mines are going to go down. Or ore refineries, I should say. This ore refinery looks like will go down to the Guardian tanks. Destroyer could be brought forward. Destroyer could go ahead and just soak up shots away from the Vindicators, but no, those have got dead. Aircraft carriers coming on in. Destroyer could potentially take it out. Good EMP shot there, only missing one of the Guardian tanks. Destroyer is still alive, does go ahead and use a cryo shot. Over here, we do have the EMP shot on the airfield. And that is a shrunken MC carrier. Takes out those Vindicators in time, didn't freeze it. Now we've got a heroic aircraft carrier, which even a shrunken one can take out a power plant in one salvo or sortie. Green's cleaning up the ground forces with these aircraft carriers. The ore refiner could still potentially go down. This chilled one is getting hit quite significantly. Over here, you got Peacekeeper assault, but there's enough Peacekeepers here and a cryocopter. Green's making a pretty good stand. He could delete one of his Apollos in order to kill off that aircraft carrier. Have painting laser on, needs to switch that off. Does shoot down the cryocopter. Handful of Peacekeepers are here. This force has a lot of javelins, not peacekeepers. This is still dead, and we've got the Vindicator bomb coming on in. New airfield has been established. This ore refinery could be re-established. There's plenty of ore left in it. Yeah, only has 10,000 consumed, so it's 20,000 remaining. Cryo Blast has been activated. Does freeze all those buildings down. There are javelins in the area, and we do have the Vindicator bombing, and I think they were 2 successful cells. All the aircraft carriers appear to be having cleaned up. Green has went from a commanding position to a not so great position right now. He needs a couple multi-gunners, I would say. They would deal with all these peacekeepers, but those Vindicators are still very problematic. There is a multi-gun turret there. Cryo blast. Was that cryo shot? I think that's cryo blast. We still have 1 remaining aircraft carrier still alive. Bet 2. Next sortie could take out, and we do actually have an escort here. So no cryocopters to take it out. And there goes the oil refinery there. Red's just down to 1 refinery plus the oil derrick. He has a substantial amount of peacekeepers. There's only 1 javelin, which the javelin could laser lock the oil refinery, which I would say do that. MCV pushing on forward. He can't build back at home, so he's going to need to build on the front line. Caught on the slope, he can't deploy just yet. Sells off the barracks. Does get some repairs there. It's going to come down to 1 last nasty engagement, I'm thinking. No, he's going to just try to crush the infantry. We do got a lot of laser lock javelins here. Needs a reverse move out of there. Does sustain quite a bit of damage there, but his peacekeeper's now pushing forward. Green's MCV is moving forward. He only has 1 javelin. Does get 1 crushed there. He's doing some good damage there. These javelins hit his opponent's MCV now. He's trying to break through that wall. On the right side, I think the aircraft here does take out the last oil ore refinery. So there goes Red's economy. Red's MCV is now going to charge it forward. This is a do or die now for Red. If Green can hold off, he probably win. If Red loses MCV, the MCV is very important right now, but he does crush most of the infantry. Red still has a significant amount of force here. We do have the green MCVs over here, and we have Dolphins, and the Destroyer remain untapped. That Destroyer could be very useful in many of these engagements we saw, just sort of forgotten about. There goes the airfield. So I guess the Apollos are flying up. No, those are green Apollos, which they may be dead as well. Does sell off that building. What do we have here? He knows his opponent has a force of just peacekeepers and 1 javelin. The Dolphins were cleaned up by something. Where does Dolphins go? The Destroyer's still here, which is still very important. He has sold off his MCV in order to get out some Vindicators. He's going to slowly bomb his opponent to death. But this Destroyer is critical wounded. It can probably survive 1 bomb run, and that's it. How many Vindicators? He has an Apollo. That's where some of the Dolphins were. He has 2 Vindicators. That's enough to take out the Destroyer, and I think Green has 1. It may not seem like it. Green also still has an oil derrick. Red has an oil derrick, so that's where he's getting repairs. He actually may have enough for something. Is it a barracks? He's now realized, oh crap, I have a Destroyer here. If he times the bombing runs just right, the Destroyer could win him the game. He has deployed out a boot camp. Cryogen has been cast. The destroyer could soak up enough damage to save the dolphin. First Burman run has come on in. It will not survive another. Cryo shot has been utilized. Not a cryo-geddon. Takes out the dolphin, but not the destroyer. The destroyer fires and kills it. MCV. He didn't sell off his MCV. And the dolphins have heroic, so gets healing. Bombs. Are they burning up? It's probably worth to sacrifice the Oriole Derek's still alive. Green just needs to stall, but red just needs to stall. I have no idea. Green has some peacekeepers forgotten about, but no crowd shot. It looks like it's still chilled. Emergency walls are going up. Gets the kill on the engineer. That's why he went for the barracks, not for an oil refinery. He did that purely to for the repairs. Does get a dog out, does get the bark off. MCV's still alive. He's building something. It is an engineer, and Green has surrendered. Ooh. That frozen airfield is probably what got him the victory. That could have gone either way. There's a lot of things I thought they could have done either way, but still, that was very, very chaotic at the end, to say the least. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.